yesterday's stream, I reacted to Brave Wilderness and like some other like, you know, kind of I guess nature related things, and this is similar. All right, this is a channel called Casual Geographic, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I have not watched a single one of their videos, but like this came up in my recommended, so maybe it's good, maybe it isn't. I don't really know. I think it's gonna be good. He has 3.92 million subscribers. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. And yeah, you probably have no idea what a whale is. That's what also caught my attention. Like, what is that even supposed to mean? Like, I think I know what a whale is, but then again, I probably don't, because I don't know shit. So yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's see what it's about. Also, is the volume too loud? Let me just check that shit, you know? Let me just check that shit so that my fucking mic doesn't pick up unnecessary sounds, because that is really annoying when that shit happens. What just happened? Okay, so that's how we're starting off this video. Somebody just gets eaten. Is that really how we're starting off this video? Is that how we're starting? Is that how we... Yo! I can't speak! Is that how we're starting? Is that how we're starting off this video? Is that really how we're starting off? So someone just died and I'm just supposed to watch this and be like, yeah, that's fine. I can watch for about 40 minutes. Sneaky, stay for however long you want. I really don't care. I just appreciate you tuning in, bro.
Is a whale. This is a whale. But this is also a whale. So is this one. And this is where all the problems started. Fun fact, I'm left-handed, so I'm not always right, and when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And boy, I was wrong about this aquatic Oreo onslaught, and chances are, so were you. Chances are, you have no clue what a whale actually is, and to explain, we need some lore. If you're watching this, or reacting to this, and you happen to be afraid of whales, you can blame it all on this guy. You see, this guy, thanks for unpausing by the way, this guy had a problem. Pachycetus saw where things were headed on land and decided they wanted none of it. Funny enough, some of them decided that losing legs wasn't worth it and chose to stay on the dry side. And about 50 million some years later, they would become the most infamous animals to grace this channel. Which means, yes, the closest living relative of an African homicide horse that technically can't swim is a group of animals that swim full time. Speaking of which, those that chose wave...
What is this, bro? Now, can someone tell me? This better not be a fucking animal. No, I'm not even lying. I've never seen this in my life before, and I never wanted to see this. What am I looking at? This looks so disturbing.
Over caves enjoyed ample resources.
What is this white stuff?
With less competition.
It's fucking fish are just jumping into the fucking mouths, bro. No, they're killing themselves. No, that's what's happening. The fish are just killing themselves. Why are they doing that?
With all those resources plus plenty.
Like, I get that your IQ is basically non-existent as a fish, but you have eyes. I feel like you have eyes and basic survival instincts. You should be able to like avoid some shit like that.
Plot development eventually that led to. Yup, that is how we got the giant mass merchants that we all know, love, and slightly fear today. But the public school system means there is a lot we and internet backwards hat heads have misunderstood about them, and the biggest thing is what exactly a whale is. Well, here it goes. Cetaceans are mammals that stole the fish's entire flow, and at this point its law should be in the Constitution. Same traits, no relation means convergent evolution. Except manatees and dugongs. They're more related to elephants. There's two types of cetaceans, baleen whales, aka the toothbrush bristles for teeth type, and on the other side are...
Yo, like... We got a whale edit? What? Whale edit? Bro, okay, Sneaky, what are you talking about, bro?
Cetaceans, baleen whales, aka the toothbrush...
Look at this shit. Sneaky, look at this shit. This is teeth. This is teeth, by the way. This is teeth. Sneaky, this is teeth! This is not, you're not supposed to look at this and be like, oh wow, that's cool. No, you're supposed to be absolutely fucking terrified. It looks like hairs. This doesn't look like no fucking teeth. What is it? Hairs? Do they slice me to death?
Bristles for teeth type, and on the other side are Odontoceti, or tooth whales. You know all this. We talked about this, but let's talk about
I really don't know all this. In fact, I don't know shit. Yo, look up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these things. I've seen these things before. Why does God do this? Why does God do this? Why does God make these creatures? Nah, why? I don't get it. No, I don't understand. No, like imagine seeing this. Like you're swimming and you see this. Like it's over for you, bro. I don't care if they're I don't care if they're harmless. Like you could accidentally probably fall into their mouth. And they're big and they That's the size of a diver? Are you serious? Oh my god, it's worse than I thought. No, I thought they were smaller. No, I thought they were smaller. What the fuck, bro? So, yeah, look at that. Yeah, absolutely that guy can fit in there. Absolutely that guy can fit in there. Yeah, his mouth is a rib cage. What are we doing, bro? And that's it, I think. Maybe, I don't know. But then there's the great whites. Low-key, the great whites are like the great whites are like this the sigma of all sharks, bro. Because these guys are dangerous, all right, and they don't give a fuck. Like they'll attack and kill anybody. That much I know. That much I know. Why, God? Why did you make this? Why did you make this? I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, bro, why did you make this? Why did you create these creatures? Anyway.
about those toothed whales, starting with families of I don't know how to pronounce any of this, by the way, but Zaphididae, or the beaked whales. They're probably the most underrated and understated whale we'll talk about. I kind of feel bad for them. It's not that we're not curious, it's just that their grocery trips take them to the absolute crotch of the ocean at down to nearly 10,000 feet, or 3,048 meters, or about 33 Statues of Liberty. They also do really bad in captivity, like as bad as you think a whale would do, they subvert that. They also look—
Aren't there some whales that like literally fight against what's it called, bro? Like they fight against giant squid deep underneath the seas, and they literally get like battle scars from it. It's just like they fight these giant battles like several thousands of meters underneath the sea.
like dolphins with the aspect ratio screwed up. You know how some movies will tell you that it's been modified to fit your screen? Nature did this blimp dolphin no such favors. Also, the Cuvier's beaked whale can hold its breath longer than any other mammal, with an all-time
See, when I see this, like, what am I looking at, right? Is this an eye right here? This looks like a cartoon whale. A cartoon whale, alright? Like a child drew this on a piece of paper. That's what this shit looks like.
Record of 3 hours 42 minutes. Which is probably why we know so little about them. 99% of their time is in ocean incognito, so you know seeing a whole pot of them is something special. Now the next family of toothed whales is Physeteridae, or the sperm whale. I also feel bad for them, because a misunderstanding got them immortalized being branded after baby batter. You see, what had happened was, when whalers back in the day cut up the supersized cetacean, they were met with an organ filled with a chalky substance called spermaceti, which they assumed was just a nectar of nativity. What it actually is this kind of gel that helps amplify the sounds they use for echolocation. It also might help them with their diving, but we're not totally sure. But it's definitely not make-a-baby broth. Speaking of which, population-paced whales also dive deep. Not as deep as a cuvier.
And yet we kept the name. We didn't even bother changing it. Like, what?
It's beaked whale, but deep enough to trigger the devil's ring camera. Or far enough to jump scare a deep-sea drone. You know what? I get it. Because if I was a recovery—
No, like, okay, so let's be real, bro. Watching underwater footage that's like really, really deep in the ocean is 1 million times more scary than any like horror movie or game or anything, bro. Cause it's not only is it real, but it's like it's so unknown and dark and weird that it's just so it's so messed up to me. Like whatever lives down there, Like, what's that game called, bro? What's that game called? Like Iron Lung, when there's like a giant fish, at the bottom of like that's like trying to eat you. Such a fish could exist. Such a fish could absolutely exist, bro. Absolutely, we just haven't seen it. There could be a whole species of those kind of fish, and they're eating like all like the microorganisms at the bottom of the ocean. Absolutely, that's how they would survive, probably.
Being xenophobic, this would take me right out of remission. But if it helps, there is no document.
Yeah, see, no, like, this is not okay. This is not okay, honestly. I feel like this shit should be illegal. Like, this shit. Think about it like this. You are this person, all right? I know, like, when looking at a picture, it might look like this whale isn't that big because it's like the picture is zoomed out. Your eyes are like 1 pixel on this screen. Think about it like that way. These are your full legs. These don't even count because these are like, what's it called, like fins, diving fins. So those don't even count. Long ass diving fins, and then this is your whole body, bro. And this whale's whole, what is it, like, this whale's whole snout is longer than your whole body.
In the case of a sperm whale census subtracting a person. Even though they could technically do it without touching us, as arguably the loudest animals on Earth or at least something close, the same clicks they use to hunt could possibly vibrate you to death, if not just knock you out. Which apparently has happened. But they're not all bad. The spawn of Moby is very family oriented and will even host family reunions. And they practice democracy because they make decisions as a group, and sometimes they'll spend over an hour arguing which way to go and how fast to do it. That's mighty considerate for the literal biggest predator on the planet. Oh yeah, there's also the much smaller dwarf sperm whale. Not to be confused with the pygmy sperm whale. They're like
Why did we make 2 sperm whales?
nature's apology letter for going too far with their gigs.
Like, this is, like, I swear the person who named this shit, like, he's joking, bro. He's a fucking jokester.
Cousins. They also always look like they're on the verge of a perpetual panic attack, and wouldn't you know, that's exactly how they defend themselves. By unloading a sack filled with reddish-brown liquid as a diversion. It's like...
Why? Why is that your weapon? Like, why is that your weapon? Like, I've seen, like, we've seen on previous streams, there's been, like, snakes with, like, insanely poisonous venoms, which is, you know, a very good weapon to have. But imagine this was your weapon instead. Fucking, like, red whatever, bro.
a smoke bomb from their anus, although...
Oh, yeah, right. Of course from their anus as well. Of course, that's the most normal thing at this point. Why would it be from anywhere else? Why would it be from, you know, the skin or the mouth? No, of course it's from the anus, bro. So they're shitting blood as a distraction, basically. No, like, I feel like God is, like, he's joking, bro. He thinks it's funny to make these creatures.
I'm not sure how effective it is when you proceed to rear end a rock. Okay, that's
Oh my god. Wait, what the fuck?
a smoke bomb from their anus. Although I'm not sure how effective it is when you proceed to rear end.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Nah, I feel kinda bad. What the fuck? He just busted his face open.
Rock. Okay, that's 2 families of toothed whales. Next are Plantanistidae, or the South Asian river dolphins. And you know what? I'm gonna include the South American river dolphins, even though they're really not even related. Matter of fact, they're not even dolphins. Oh yeah, the effery is just beginning. This undersea anxiety unicorn is more related to actual dolphins than what folks call river dolphins. But yeah, not a real dolphin, just a beady-eyed snout whale named purely off of vibes. Something, rhyme about conversion evolution, but basically they peep the fish
Yo, like, I'm not gonna lie. I wish I could make this shit up. What is this? This is not a crocodile. No, like, actually, it's not. No, like, actually, it's not. Like, you cannot look me dead in the eyes and say, this is the species of crocodile called Latinus craminus. Like, no, bro. This is not a fucking... How is this even an animal? It looks like a high crocodile. Hi? I'm focusing on this shit. He has a fucking tumor.
eating Gario's headwear and figured they could make that work for them.
Does he even have eyes? I didn't see any eyes on him.
But yeah, the Amazon river dolphin is an exceptional kind of freaky. Not only does it look like nature's discarded chewing gum got on a diss track, it seems like every time they go viral, it's...
Yo, I've never seen this animal. Are these like are these like the fatsos of the ocean?
For some NSFW nonsense. A photographer once caught two river dolphins playing with a Benny anaconda when he realized two things. Their leather pool noodle was dead, and both dolphins' privates were standing at attention. And
All right, bro. What am I watching? Nah, like really. Nah, like actually, what am I watching? Cause like, what?
recently, another river whale made headlines for urinating in the air, with another one falling.
Like you're sneaky. You're seeing this, right? I'm not crazy, right? Like this shit. You're seeing it, right? He's pissing. Like I don't understand. Why don't you just piss in the water? Why do you have to stand like this? Why do you have to stand like that and piss? I don't get it. What? There's no reason for that.
In the stream, like Marco Polo, but with piss. Scientists were stumped, but of course, I have a half-educated, half-internet guess. You see, dolphins can recognize each other by name. It's actually pretty cool. They can also tell each other apart by sampling their southern showers, so they got that two-factor authentication. And while they might not be blind, with the murky cataract water they live in, they might as well be. So maybe this is just two dolphins using forbidden...
Bro, like why are you continue to show me this shit? Now you're showing me a video. At first it was just a picture and that's whatever. But now you're showing me full-on videos, bro. Like I get it. Trust me, I get what you're trying to say, bro. I get it.
Face ID before giving them the "How the heck are you?" or the
And look, they're showering each other with it. This is like this is how they shower, by the way. This is how they shower. No, like actually, this dude is aiming right here. No, he's aiming right there.
That could just be their idea of male bonding, because there's also been a rumor that allied male river dolphins will do questionable things to each other's blowholes. It hasn't been proven, but I wouldn't put it past.
Yeah, see, no, God thinks this is funny. God thinks this is funny. Imagine getting a golden shower from a dolphin. Imagine getting, you know what, by a dolphin. Imagine getting your anal stretched by one of these, bro. Because he just said, like, they do that to each other. No, like, Sneaky, what if a dolphin came up behind you and, like... Okay, I probably shouldn't get into it, but, like... Bro, like, God thinks it's funny to make this. God thinks it's funny to create these creatures.
Ask them. There's even a legend that says river dolphins will morph into human men at night and try to seduce and impregnate human women. Now, I don't want...
Yeah, I'm not even, like, rumor... Wait, what did he just say?
River dolphins will morph into blowholes. It hasn't been proven, but I wouldn't put it past them. There's even a legend that says river dolphins...
A legend. You know what? That's not even... That legend... That might be the first legend I've heard that's not even that far-fetched. No, it's not even that far-fetched. No, like, I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe the legend. No, like, if you were a tribe back in the day, and you saw these two doing you know what to each other, yeah, no wonder you would believe that they turn into human males and do whatever. Like, no, I'm genuinely not, like, I'm not even mad. I'm not even hating. I fully understand why they think that. Is that the origin of the dolphin man? Bro, okay, Sneaky, yeah. I don't understand what you're saying, bro. Who is the dolphin man, bro?
will morph into human men at night and try to seduce and impregnate human women. Now, I don't want to go too hard on them, mostly because there's a portion of Twitter that genuinely believes I hate dolphins, but also because we've done river dolphins generationally dirty, whether by habitat destruction, pollution, or just killing them to make bedroom pills, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so, alright, so let me get this straight. Let me get this, no, let me get this fully straight. So, you're telling me that the dolphins that fuck each other in the assholes, we can kill them and make sex pills out of them. I'm sorry, I'm not even restricting my language anymore, because that's how actually, at a loss for words I am. Like, like... So, I'm assuming that these fucking dolphins contain some kind of something inside them that works on us sexually. Well, that's disgusting. No, like that's actually disgusting. Yeah, no wonder there's a fucking legend about, you know, about whatever the legend was with the dolphins becoming males and getting up on land and like doing whatever the hell they want.
A moment of silence for the Chinese Baiji, who likely died out in 2002 and hasn't been seen since. And now we finally get to Delphinoidea, the real reason I'm making this video. It's a super family reunion containing the real oceanic dolphins Delphinidae, dolphin understudy the porpoise, a sentient squishmallow, and social anxiety in whale form. And the biggest oceanic dolphin of Delphinidae is the orca. Look, I'm gonna make this quick because you probably already heard this, but every time you've heard me say killer whales aren't actually whales, they're dolphins, it's like me.
Look at that fucking power. Look how far above the sea or the ocean this dude is right now.
Saying humans aren't simians, we're primates. Every dolphin is a whale, but not every whale is a dolphin. And I'm kind of embarrassed it took me that long to realize. Now, to be fair, it is true that killer whales are named less after their homicidal intent and more after what they were seen doing to other whales. And while it is well documented what orcas do to the world around them, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I don't actually think orcas are evil. In fact, I'll prove it. So this camera crew was documenting a group of zebras hunting and all was good until the big mama of the group noticed a diver. She approached a completely defenseless and totally exposed man and examined him, almost like she was considering what the next move was. The next move was a 4-ton high-contrast ceticide offering him a half-eaten stingray, even gesturing towards it at the diver. She even picked it up and tried to basically hand it over to him like he was an anorexic orca. But later on, the same crew would find a much bigger bull male orca trapped in fishing lines and on the verge of drowning. Now this was different. This was a scared, panicking juggernaut that could easily murk anyone that got close. For reference, a bull elephant in the same situation would likely kick your chest in. The divers would make the gamble of cutting him free while very much in the Giga Guppy's hitbox. He didn't lash out, he didn't resist. The male stood still, almost like he understood what was happening. And this is the same animal that allegedly won't give moose a pass. You've probably heard that a wild orca has never turned a human into a headline, and it's probably because that's just not their culture. Orcas have a genuine culture and different languages, and when I say languages, orcas in New Zealand have a different accent from those in Norway. They also have trends too.
There's orcas in Norway?
Trends, like the same ones.
And the terrifying is that those exist in some parts of Sweden. Bro, what parts? Like, I think like you're confusing it with like Greenland and Iceland. I think isn't that where they live, right? Cause they hunt penguins and shit, right?
We do. Back in the ancient time of the 1980s, a trend started where folks were wearing dead salmon as hats. Except it was started by a lady orca in the Cape Pod of British Columbia. The salmon sporting trend spread to even other pods, but like all fads, it suddenly fell off, never to be seen again. Yeah, that was a lie. In 2019, the salmon spectacle spun the block, this time with a young male, proving that like baggy clothing and iPhone obsolescence, some trends never die. And if I had a nickel for every time an orca went viral for its headwear, I'd have 2 more nickels than I woke up with. But that second nickel would be a lot more bittersweet. A mother orca telequa was observed carrying her past tense baby for over 2 weeks and covering over 1,000 miles. It's not crazy that she did it. It's how long she refused to let go. What's crazier was that was 2018, and in 2025 she lost another baby, and did the exact same coping tactic again. Now if it makes you feel better, the mother known as J35 has had 2 healthy children, one born in 2010 and the other in 2020, but it's always the losses that stay with you. Yeah, orcas feel all the feelings, including empathy, which might surprise you after you've seen one slap shot a seal.
Like, what is this?
Into orbit, but what looks like playing with their food is actually how grand orcas teach the little ones what to eat and how to eat it.
Okay, so first of all, so I recognize this animal, alright? This is one of those, like, what's it called, like stingrays or something? And they're supposed to live at, like, the bottom of the ocean, right? And, like, chill down there and, like, swim around down there. Why is a stingray at the top of the, like, right at the surface? Yeah, no shit, you're gonna get headshotted, bro. You need a head smack to get that intelligence back into you, bro.
And if that sounds cruel, just remember, if they didn't do that, there'd be a lot more cases of monochrome maniacs murking mankind. Cause the ocean is their omakase, and there's nothing alive that can check an orca. This is a pilot whale. It is the 2nd largest oceanic dolphin. They're also the Ferrari of...
Okay, so these whales, he basically said that these whales kill orcas.
whales, because their hunting involves sea sprinting towards prey at 35-mile-per-hour bursts, which is conceptually terrifying for such a big dolphin. And it might be why pilot whales have the juice to press a pod of killer whales. Gangs of pilot whales have been recorded pulling up to orcas en masse and sending the apex predators packing. There was even a case of problem-seeking pilot whales pulling up on scientists playing the sounds of orcas feeding. Now there's a lot of reasons this could be happening. One is that maybe they eat the same foods and figured they could finesse some calories for themselves, but my personal favorite headcanon is that pilot whales practice the art of offensive self-defense, aka the honey badger method. Be so much of a problem that most predators don't even bother. But one thing, and I really should say this more often, but there are no definites in nature. Pilot whales apparently DoorDash smoke straight to orcas, and orcas have been known to prey on pilot whales, so you'd expect the two to have beef. But a mother orca was also seen adopting an orphan baby pilot whale. So who knows what the pilots be packing? And then there's this guy, another dolphin on steroids that is definitely...
Yep, this exists in our world, bro. This genuinely looks like, okay, let's say that like Hollywood made a movie, right? Like a, you know, your typical really cringy sunshine and rainbows ending type movie, all right? And they use some kind of like 3D graphic effect thing. Like let's say it was like an underwater movie kind of thing, and they use like 3D graphics. This is what like a whale in their movie would look like. It looks unreal. This looks like a whale from a game. From a game, all right? From a very like high graphics game.
Not an orca. In fact, it's a...
Because look at that. Look at the eyes. It looks drawn. It looks professionally drawn. See, I can almost see like the it looks drawn, bro. I swear to God.
false code.
Especially the eye.
A whale, a jaws paralysis demon, and
Oh, it looks so fucking scary. Why?
Thalassophobia final boss. There's something about those eyes my spirit doesn't vibe with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, that's literally what I'm saying. Like, what are those eyes?
Doesn't help that they can roll in groups of 500.
It looks like an oil painting. Facts, bro. Let me cook. Like, I know what I'm talking about.
500. And if this demon guppy is your new...
Nah, that... This, whatever this is, bro, it better not fucking eat humans. I swear to God. Because that's one thing that I've always noticed. Like, sure, like, creatures can look really scary and do really weird things. But almost all of them fuck with humans. Or not fuck with humans, but they don't fuck with humans. So, like, they don't attack us. Which is pretty nice, I guess.
Nightmare?
Like, can you mention one actual animal that wants to, like, genuinely kill us? Like, there is no animal that, like, wants us for food. Like, a lot, like, basically every single animal thinks we're disgusting to eat.
It's because you don't know them. Falsies have...
But we eat every animal. That's what's so funny. Yo, Sneaky, that you're talking about a horsefly. That's what it's called in English, bro. Come on, stop. Like, it's called a horsefly. Horseflies are, yeah, horseflies eat human flesh, but they're bugs, bro. And I don't think bugs count because a bug is never gonna eat a whole human.
Been known to share food and hand fish over to humans for no real reason but goodwill, which actually makes a lot of sense since falsies will seek out other dolphins like bottlenoses as hunting buddies. Sometimes they seek out even more, leading to the hilarious hybrid known as a wolfin. Life finds a way. There's many dolphins in Delphinidae, and this video will look like Endgame if I describe them all. But there's a lot more dolphins than just a star flipper. Like the
See the eyes? Did you see the eyes? It looks animated. Like 3D animation type thing.
The Irrawaddy dolphin. Just look at his face. Very cute, very demure. Or the optical illusion hourglass dolphin. But there's more than just very cute, very demure. Or the optical illusion.
Bro, you got whales? Bro, you got whales looking like penguins before GTA 6. I can't with this shit. How do dolphins how do they evolve to this shit?
Illusion hourglass dolphin. But there's more than just dolphins in Delphinoidea. You also got dolphin little brother, the porpoise. The smallest of all whales, with the smallest porpoise being the vaquita, at a modest less than 5 feet long. And yes, their name does mean little cow. And unfortunately, there's less than 10 little cows left in the world. And the last members of Delphinoidea.
Wait, what?
And unfortunately, there's less than 10 little cows left in the world.
Less than 10? Oh my God. No, they're gonna have to like fuck their own siblings or something. How are they gonna survive?
world. And the last members of Delphinoidea are belugas and narwhals.
Okay, I've actually heard of both of these. Aren't both of these like meme animals?
Belugas are my second favorite cetacean of all time. They're a Bayside Baymax, and they have the same personality.
Yo, what the fuck?
They've been called the canaries of the sea due to the sounds of their symphony. You know, I could never understand why I found this sentient marshmallow so adorable, but I think I figured it out. It's because they're the only whales that can turn their necks like us. Belugas are a boon from Poseidon, with some of the strongest family ties on Earth, and every summer, they'll return to their birthplace to molt, add life, and chop it up with old family members. In Hudson Bay, that means over 50,000 belugas in one place. Speaking of family, the beluga's closest relative is the narwhal. They actually belong to the family
Like, it's so weird. The narwhal is literally just like the beluga, except it's a different color, and it has just this giant ass fucking weapon on its head.
Monodontidae, which means one tooth, even though... moving on. Narwhals typically have two teeth, one in their mouth, and the giant ice pick coming out of their head. I say typically because narwhal tusks are a lot like legs. Some people have two, some have one, and those that lose the lottery wake up with none. It's not certain what the tusks are for, but I say it's a flex, because any question mark in nature usually has to do with...
Like, that's such a big one, though. Like, that's such a long, that's such a long horn. That's gotta be really annoying to, like, hold up. Like, I get that, if it was a little bit shorter, like it's this length, that would be much better. That would be much more effective.
We don't know that much about them because I was not kidding about them being anxiety chariots. When narwhals get scared by humans, their hearts actually slow all the way down, even if they're actively trying to flee. Questionable character design, but it means narwhals can legitimately get past tense by a panic attack, which is why if one gets lost, it's basically curtains. One narwhal somehow ended up 600 miles away from his own kind, and with no one to show him how or where to hunt, it looked like this cetacean was finna say goodbye. Until scientists caught him traveling with a pod of, yup, the sea squishies. Belugas and narwhals normally don't even run into each other, so that makes this even more wholesome. And the fact that he survived the winter means Beluga Gang taught the lonely narwhal how to feed. You'd love to see it, and that's all the toothed whales. On the other side are filter-feeding baleen whales, like the biggest animal to ever live, the blue whale, the funny-in-the-face right whale, and my favorite cetacean, the humpback whale. Now I know there's some of you afraid of this giant roving blubber rest stop. I can't imagine. You know, I almost forgot about that. Well, that guy survived because...
Really? You almost forgot about the guy who got eaten? Yeah, okay.
Because it is physically impossible for a baleen whale to swallow a person.
Look, okay, sure. It might be impossible. But he still got fucking... Like, he still got, like, he still got eaten, basically. He was inside the fucking mouth of that thing.
In fact, the biggest animals in nature can barely swallow anything bigger than a grapefruit. So if you ever get caught up in krill and a whale accidentally takes you, expect to be spit out expeditiously. But I think I know where the fear comes from. Whales are big beyond all comprehension, and the idea that something with a pulse can legitimately go band for band with a ship is probably terrifying.
Yeah, no, they're huge creatures.
But also, they don't have expressions, and a lot of times you can't see their eyes, so it's pretty hard to even imagine them as alive. But what if I told you the fact that they're so big is why you shouldn't be afraid of them? Humpbacks are my favorite cetacean because their generational feud with orcas means they'll interfere with their hunts even if the target isn't their own kind. Even the sounds of an orca hunt can bring the humpback hood to their front door, and humpback whales have been recorded saving seals, sunfish, and even other whales from the barcoded sea assault. But humpbacks have also been recorded saving humans, with one shielding a scientist from an 18-foot tiger shark. At one point, he literally put scientist Nan Hosser on his head and carried her to her boat. And the funny thing is, if we didn't see them do this with other animals, nobody would believe her. But with there being no recorded case of a baleen whale purposely attacking a human, they're much more likely to try to save your life than threaten it. Also, they seem to be aware of how much smaller everything is around them. Baleen whales have giant fins often encrusted with sharp barnacles. In theory, they could shred you something nasty if a whale backfins you. But there have also been reports of whales using those fins to gently nudge divers without injuring them, like in the tiger shark story. My theory is they're so big and so intelligent that Baleen Brigade has no real reason for pointless aggression. Really, they're just giant salt puppies. And I am not advising you to go touch a whale. But gray whales are famous for being the friendliest, and in some places will curiously approach boats and even show off their babies to people. But yeah, whales are chill like that, and if you're still not convinced, I'm more than willing to stand on it. If this video gets to 250,000 likes, I will still go out into the ocean and swim with a whale. Why so high? Well, one problem. I can't swim. I mean, I can get from A to B, but I'm not great at it. Definitely not enough to be in the open ocean. Also, I can't tread water, and I physically can't float. I've tried, it ain't happened. But if we hit the goal, I will learn how to swim well enough to make eye contact with a whale. Cause hot take, whales and elephants might just be the only animals on the planet where you can make eye contact with them and there's a genuine mutual understanding of intelligence. But that's just me. Why didn't I say apes? Well, you make eye contact with a chimp and you tell me how that goes. You know, I'll probably...
Damn, what the fuck?
Why didn't I say apes? Well, you make eye contact with a chimp and you tell me how that goes.
Damn! No, I'm not ignoring this. Holy shit, what a snipe. Oh my god, what accuracy you must have.
But that's just me. Why didn't
Nah, we're watching that shit again.
I say apes? Well...
I'm slowing it down. His form was crazy.
You make contact with a chimp and you tell me how.
Look at this. Bro, he got like... He's jumping like an anime character, bro. Ah! The way he threw... Yo, how can you throw it like that? And hit your target? That shit was so elegant. Boom!
You know, I'll probably do it anyway. But after 250,000, it becomes a promise, and I'll do it in a year's time. That's a challenge. But until then, drink water, hug your mother. Please don't hate dolphins. I don't even hate dolphins.
Oh, looks like it's ban time. Looks like it's ban time. We have to have our daily ban.
I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. You get it? Cause y'all have a good one.
Alright, W video. Alright, W video. Unfortunately though, the stream is only 40 minutes long, so I'm thinking we can watch something else, bro. Sneaky, are you still here, by the way?